My cousin visited this weekend, and we went out to lunch yesterday. And I took her to this place that I like to go for fish and chips. Have you been down to the Woolies down there by the pier?
Yes, I have. I like that place.
You just order and then at the counter and they bring it out. But man, I tell you, the food is really good.
No, it is. It's
reasonable.
really good. Yeah, that place is solid.
So she gets her fish and chips, and I, of course, always ask for extra tartar. And she puts a big thing of ketchup down, and I'm thinking it's for chips and it's for fish. She dipped her fish in ketchup. What?
Yeah, I do that.
This to me is like a food sin. You should not take fish and dip it in ketchup. This is something my little brother used to do.
This is something I used to do as a kid, and it has stuck with me throughout the years. I have changed it a little bit. I will do barbecue sauce as long as it's got fried covering on it. You know, I'm not going to take a raw piece of fish and do it like
sushi.
I don't mean raw. What I mean to say is,
if it's breaded and deep fried, you could put ketchup on it. Wow, that is disgusting.
It's not. It's good.
So I tried it, and it was disgusting.
No, it's good.
And my wife puts ketchup on her eggs.
Because you got to think about it. Ketchup, a big ingredient of ketchup is vinegar, right?
Yeah.
So you put vinegar on fish and chips, don't you? You put malt vinegar on it.
Yeah, but malt vinegar and ketchup, completely different. I mean, they're just so different. To me, they are.
It's got a similar taste to it. You know, I mean, granted, it's sweet and there's sugar and tomatoes in it as well, but vinegar is a big part of it. I think it's delightful. I like it.
So do you have no rules then? Do you have no, I call this a food sin because you shouldn't put ketchup, in my opinion, on fish and chips or on your scrambled eggs. But it's happened. I've had my scrambled eggs on the plate, and it catches my hash brown.
It's funny. I don't like ketchup on anything else. I mean, I ketchup
French
on
fries,
hamburger and French fries, and fish and chips.
That's it. Ketchup for me, meatloaf and French fries. That's it.
I don't dip my chicken strips in ketchup.
Why not? It's fried.
I dip it in barbecue sauce.
Why not?
It's
fried.
It's a different taste.
It's
Something
so weird
about the fish balance and the vinegar and the ketchup. It makes sense to me. It's pretty good. I don't think of that as a bad thing.
I love tartar sauce when I eat seafood. Do you not like tartar sauce? Is that your deal? Because
I do like tartar sauce. I will do a mix. I will do some tartar sauce, some ketchup.
And so, I don't know about you, but store-bought tartar sauce is hard to come by. Like, you know, you go in there and you buy the Kraft or whatever. It's not good. I found one that's amazing. That's probably
why I go to ketchup, because I make my fish at home, and then I'm like, no, there's no store-bought tartar sauce that's good.
I don't know where my wife went. It might have been California Fresh. It might have been Vaughn's. I don't know. Could have been whatever, but Bob's Big Boy, the chain.
It's not Bob's Big Boy. It's not a part of. I know what you're talking about.
It's called Bob's.
And
it's got the Bob's Big Boy on there.
Similar. I don't think it has anything to do with the hamburger restaurant.
Are you sure?
I'm positive, but it looks very similar.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
That is good tartar sauce.
It is like restaurant tartar sauce. It is so good.
It's the only tartar sauce worth buying in the store.
Yes. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna tell as many people about this as I can, because people shouldn't have to suffer with like Kraft or I don't know who, Lighthouse or whoever makes these tartar sauces.
Can you go to a fish restaurant and purchase their tartar sauce? We've talked about this with Buffalo Wild Wings.
I think some places do it.
I mean, Buffalo Wild Wings sells their sauces. Why wouldn't a fish restaurant that you really like their tartar sauce sell their tartar sauce?
I really like Crack Crab has got great tartar sauce.
There was a chain up in the Pacific Northwest. If Skipper's would have sold their tartar sauce,
it was good.
They probably would have stayed in business.
They didn't, huh? They sold their clam chowder for a while.
Well, I mean, they're probably still in business, but it's like one of those things where they used to have locations everywhere. Now they have probably like 12 locations.
Yeah, I never went to a Fisherman's or John's or I don't know what it is.
Long John Silver?
Long John Silver.
Yeah, I've never been.
I've never been to any of it, but it was the same.
I've never lived in a place where they.
I think they were big here in California, the Long Johns. Skipper's, I don't know if it was, but Skipper's was the same thing. It was a fish house, and you would go and you could have fish dinners, or you could have a fish sandwich, and you could have clam chowder and clam strips. Yeah,
all you can eat fish and chips.
Yeah, it was the best.
That? Oh man, that was awesome. And they had the malt vinegar right there on the table. That's a place where I would opt for not the ketchup. I would go with the malt vinegar.
That's when I would try the malt vinegars, because when you have all you can eat fish and chips, you put the malt vinegar on there. You don't like it, you just say, get rid of that.
Yeah.
It's like the buffet.
Yeah, you're like,
no, I'll try it. No, that's disgusting.
Take a couple bites, be like, nah, I'll go get another piece of fish.
All right, so I think Bob's, okay, it's just called Bob's. It's tartar sauce. It's the best best condiment that you can buy at the store that's like going to a restaurant. 805-543-3693. You cued me in on this ranch dressing because ranch is another one.
Their Thousand Island's amazing too.
What's it called?
Ken's Steakhouse.
Yes. Very good.
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best. Dressing
you're not going to get better than that. I like the buttermilk ranch that you get at restaurants. Not all restaurants have it.
The only thing
but
is,
the
it's
good
so
ones
good.
do. The
it's
diners
so
always
good
do.
That it's like when you get to the bottom of the bottle, you have to wait an hour for it to travel from the bottom to the opening of the bottle.
Right.
Unless you store it upside down in your refrigerator.
Oh, you could do that because it's got that nice flat
wedge
lid.
it. Yeah, but
You got to wedge it in so it doesn't fall.
You have to wedge it between two other items.
Put it in the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's exactly what we
Ken's Steakhouse, is that what you said? Ranch dressing is and Bob's tartar sauce. Whatever you got. 805-543-3693.
There was a thing that was trending on Reddit over the weekend. Is the Ask Reddit thread, and people were asked to reveal their biggest food sin that they've ever seen somebody commit. And
see? It's a thing.
Is yours the ketchup with
ketchup on the fish? Yeah,
that's it.
Oh well, I don't understand the A1 steak sauce on a steak. All right, this isn't the '90s. We figured out how to like you go to a restaurant now, you get a great ribeye, or it's overcooking meat. Well done. Oh my God, a steak. You go to a steakhouse. My cousin's husband. He's also my cousin.
Ketchup.
Marty comes, and Marty will only eat his meat well done. And we went to Casmelia to the hitching post, and he orders the smallest steak. It's like a 4 or 5 ounce steak, and he orders it well done.
Oh, so it comes out like a nice little slice of beef jerky?
Like a crouton is what it came out like. And the lady leans over and she goes, "Hey, honey," because that's how they talk out there in Casmelia.
Oh, yeah, sure, because it's the South.
"Hey, honey. You know that steak's going to come out like 2 inches instead of 5, right? If you get it well done." And so he's like, "Yeah, that's fine." And so here it comes out. I'm not kidding you. 2 bites, it was down. And I didn't say anything. I wanted to say something.
He didn't even bother cutting it. He just picked it up and took the 2 bites.
Yeah, and then what's great is we sat in that back room right by the kitchen where you can see him cooking the steaks. And they had it over, and I'm like, "There's your steak, dude. Look at this thing. Like, they're nuking it, man. They don't even cremate people at this temperature." And we sat there. We were like 10 feet from where the guy's cooking our steaks, and just you see that thing just black smoke
That's
coming
what
up.
Kyle's saying. Kyle's saying that ketchup on a steak is the biggest food sin that he's ever seen.
Or A1 steak sauce, too. I don't understand the steak sauce, the Heinz 57 steak sauce, the ketchup, all that kind of stuff. It's ridiculous.
So we're asking you, what is the worst food sin you've ever seen somebody that you've ever witnessed before in your life? And the one that's crazy for me, and I'll never forget this, is we pulled up to a Starbucks. Okay, this is when we have the dogs and we don't have kids. So the dogs are like, whenever we pull up to a drive-through and we're traveling with the dogs know that there's food coming from that, right? So they're all like up in my grill and they're like, and they're looking around and they're like, they're like, "Oh, what? We're not having to sit down on a bed for 5 more hours." So they're like up in my face and everything, and this girl that's working the Starbucks, she goes, "Would you like a treat for the dogs?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." This is the craziest thing. Even her coworkers were like, and I'm sure this woman's not working at this. It was the Starbucks in Willows,
wherever that is.
It's in real Northern California, state of Jefferson. Okay, and she takes whipped cream and she puts it into one of those little condiment, like those paper condiment cups.
Oh, yeah. Like you would put ketchup in.
Yeah, the ones you get the ketchup in. She takes whipped cream, puts it in a cup. She goes, "Here you go." And I look at her. I'm like, "What am I supposed to do with this?" She'll give it to your dogs.
Oh, yeah, puppuccino or whatever they call those.
Whipped cream in a cup?
Yeah. So
what? No.
Starbucks has a drink for dogs called puppuccinos, and it's whipped cream and something else, and you give it to your dog, and they lick it up. It's for fancy people that want to give their dog whipped cream
because
or make their dog feel involved.
"What are you doing?" And she's like, "What dog? What?" She's like, "I'm giving the dogs whipped cream." Maybe she's the inventor.
No, this has been around forever.
No, this is a long time ago. This had to be probably 8-9 years ago.
Oh, well, then maybe
this happened.
Yeah, I actually follow a page. You know me and bulldogs. And it's actually the mascot of Gonzaga, because Gonzaga University up in Eastern Washington, their mascot's a bulldog. And Matty the Bulldog is was their mascot. And they would go, and all the time we would follow them on Facebook, and they're going through Starbucks, and Matty's eating a puppuccino. And they just take one of the Starbucks cups and they fill it full of whipped cream, puppuccino.
It's just what it says. It's a small Starbucks cup of whipped cream, especially for your dog. No coffee, no tea, no caffeine.
Nothing bad for the dog.
Just straight up whipped cream.
Yeah, they can have that.
I'm pretty sure this woman invented this because her coworkers were like, they were shocked and mortified.
What the hell are you doing?
And me and my wife were like, all right, thanks. And we threw it out because we're going to give our dogs whipped cream on a 10-hour road, 5 hours into a 10-hour road.
Yeah, it could have gave them bad gas. I mean, if you've never done that before, the last thing you want to do is lock yourself in a dog that farts. A car with a dog that farts. Sorry.
Man, this is like on the internet. It's
a huge thing. It's been around for like a long time. Maybe not 10 years, but I can
track it back on Google. Back to 2016 is when people started talking about it. This happened in probably 2010, 2009. I think it was before we got married. So
I've seen this going back as far as at least 2014, maybe 13, 12, but 12
maybe this woman was the inventor
of the puppuccino.
This dingbat was the most dingbatty dingbat I've ever met in my life. And she's probably has some kind of executive job that's like head of pet relations for Starbucks.
Well, think about it this way. I mean, she started a craze, right? She started a revolution. Dogs everywhere have heard a thing.
She said, what?
And you were there.
I remember the guy working next to her was like, he asked her, he's like, what's that dog supposed to do with that? And she goes, well, everybody likes whipped cream, even dogs. And we were all kind of just looking at each other like, okay, crazy.
And she wasn't going to charge you?
No, it was because we bought other drinks and stuff. So no, it was not. There was no charge.
I don't know about your dogs, but my dog, the flatulence. Sorry to bring this up, but we fed him a new cookie. He never. And bulldogs are known to fart because they inhale their food. They bring in a lot of oxygen and they just fart. But our dog doesn't because we got him on this really good diet, I guess, and he doesn't fart. Well, we got him a new cookie, and boy, those cookies are going in the garbage today. Because last night I had to like literally get out and open windows. It was so bad.
Like it's gotten to the point where I have kids, so they're not very good at keeping their food on their plate, especially the youngest of the variety.
Oh, sure.
And he'll drop stuff all the time, and the dogs just camp out underneath him. So now what I do is I isolate the dogs in another room when my son's eating, because if I don't, then we get rerun
dog
across.
Dog farts are the worst. I mean, I'd be rather be around 20 people farting than one dog. Hi, good morning. Go ahead.
Hey, you guys were talking about weird stuff people put on food earlier. Yeah, I got a guy I work with. He puts mayo on his burritos, but he doesn't put like a little tiny foot. He puts like the people look at him strange when they like put a little dollop of mayo on it. And he's like, no, keep going. And they like put half a jar of mayo on his burrito, and then he just sits there and hog faces it. He's like, oh my God.
That's how you ruin it. That's how you ruin a burrito.
Thanks for the call.
That is definitely a food sin.
Now listen, I love mayonnaise. I like heavy mayo on my BLTs. I think,
but burritos are meant for sour cream.
So perfect.
Burritos are meant for sour cream. You don't cheapen it up with the mayonnaise.
I can't even imagine. I'm trying to think: rice, refried beans, onions, cheese.
I mean, have you ever made a sandwich and seen the mayonnaise? Like you messed up and you're making the sandwich and you leave a little dollop on the counter of your kitchen, and then you've come back to it maybe an hour,
well, it dries out.
Hour and a half later, and this gross stuff that looks like Vaseline is sitting there.
Yeah, well,
and that's what you're putting in your body.
It's egg whites and oil.
That's
that's
disgusting.
What mayonnaise is. Well, you like egg whites, right?
No, not really.
You don't eat that white of egg?
No, I would never eat an egg if it didn't have the yolk in it as well. Okay? I'm not this egg white warrior like a lot of healthy people are right now. It's funny because we were asking the question over the weekend about mayonnaise. If you use it past its best if used by date. Because now, keep in mind, it's a best if used by date, meaning you can extend the life.
Yes, I've done this.
If you can. But you are in 27% of the populace. 72% of people said eggs should never be gambled with. I agree with that. because I've left the dollop of mayonnaise out on the counter and seen the results. And I'm like, I can't believe anybody would put that in their body.
But anything you leave out on the counter and you come back later is not going to look appetizing.
I know, but mayonnaise transforms itself unlike any other food.
805-543-3693. Call or text the program anytime on the 805 lines. We got somebody else here. Hi, go ahead.
You guys ever mix up, cut up lettuce real fine and mix mayonnaise in it and put it on tacos? Oh, my God, it's to die for.
No, I've never tried that. Any hot sauce or just mayonnaise?
Just mayonnaise.
Gross.
Disgusting. Although, I will say.
I mean, I like mayonnaise and lettuce on a hamburger.
Okay. I don't know how far ranch is. How far is ranch off of mayonnaise? Is it a lot or is it a little?
Gosh,
because I
think you can use mayonnaise. Here's the thing: you're supposed to use a little bit of mayonnaise. I bought this stuff to make your own, and you're supposed to use a little bit of mayonnaise. But man, you got to use just a little bit. Otherwise, the thing tastes like mayonnaise and not ranch. It tastes like ranch mayonnaise, and it's a flavor, which might be good on a chicken sandwich if you think about it.
Because I do put ranch on my fish tacos with cabbage. No, like coleslaw type stuff, and like shredded cabbage, and then a lot of hot sauce. Like all the flavors together mixed really well. But I don't know how far ranch is from mayonnaise.
Yeah, you go get fish tacos and they put a white sauce on there, but I don't know exactly what it is. But it's usually very good. It's not ranch.
The sriracha ranch at Trader Joe's. Chicken and fish tacos, sriracha ranch at Trader, because then it's doing the work for you. They mix the hot sauce and the ranch, and you just dollop it on there. Oh, I'm going to have fish tacos tonight. Here we are talking about food again.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Don't miss a moment. Subscribe to the podcast on Google, Apple, YouTube, and Podbean by clicking on Jeff and Jeremy at KZOZ.com.